So I just want to make an official video about this because I already talked about this on my TikTok, but like I always I forget, like I have these little conversations in my head and I be forgetting to actually say this shit out loud sometimes. But I'm basically going to be talking about how I'm gonna be single on Valentine's Day, and most likely I'm gonna be single for the rest of the year. And I'm okay with that. Like I'm actually happy and I'm glad I'm single because it gives me we gonna get into it, right? But let's start off first things first, right? Let's start off with my history with Valentine's Day, right? I just want to put it out there. I've never had a Valentine's. Never did. And I'm kind of glad again, like before I used to be so desperate to have a Valentine's. Like I used to look at couples and Valentine's Day and be like, "Oh, I wish I had that." Da 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 da. Da. And it's like once you grow and mature, you start to realize that actually I realized that in hindsight, I'm glad I didn't have a Valentine's because nobody I met back then could meet my expectations. So I'm pretty sure they would have disappointed me on Valentine's Day. So yeah, I've never had a Valentine's. I've always been single on Valentine's Day. The only people slash person to you know, really celebrate me on Valentine's Day is my family, and I'm completely fine with that, right? But yeah, this is gonna be the first year that I'm actually like single, single. And when I say single, okay, so past years, right? I had an issue with being single. I didn't like being alone. You know, I would always get bored and talk to other people. You know, it was just this constant, like, I don't want to be alone type. You know what I mean? But eventually I just got to this point where I was like, you know what, 2024, I have to focus on myself. You know, I feel like we as humans spend so much of our time and so much of our life. Like, you know how many people on this earth spend their entire life chasing love, seeking after love, wanting love, missing out on important opportunities because they of love, like, and I'm sorry, like there's so much more to life than relationships and love. So for the first time in my life, I'm going to be completely single, like completely, not even single slash, single but I'm on the market. Like, no, I'm just single. I'm not even stepping into the supermarket. I'm not even window shopping. You know what I mean? I deleted all dating apps. I deleted, I stopped talking to all the people I was talking to. I blocked a couple people who I used to talk to and was trying to like spin the block. And I made the executive decision to just really focus on myself for once because and if you've been watching my YouTube for a while, you know I'll be saying year after year after year, oh, I'm going to be single this year. I'm going to be single this year. But what makes this year different is that I would say those things, but still low key want to be in a relationship, or I would get bored and want to talk to somebody. But I genuinely want to be alone. Like, you know what I mean? I don't think I'm in that point in my life where I can commit myself to somebody because I haven't even committed myself to myself. You know what I mean? I haven't even committed myself to my own brand. So it's like, how can I dedicate my life or dedicate myself right now to somebody else? Like, it's just not gonna work. And again, like I used to be jealous of couples on Valentine's Day because I would be like, damn, like they're buying stuff for each other, you know what I mean? They get to celebrate each other, like I'm kind of jealous. And something that I realized is that a lot of those couples don't even last throughout the entire year. Like they go on to break up with each other right after Valentine's Day. And again, people are so like obsessed with this idea of love and finding a partner that there are people who will literally stay in a no good relationship just to have a Valentine's Day. Just to have a Valentine's, just to have somebody to celebrate you on Valentine's Day. When in actuality, something that I realized is that Valentine's Day, it's not about romantic relationships. It's about, hold on, anyways, it's about celebrating love. You know what I mean? Love. And people who are very close-minded think love just means romantic relationships. Like, no, love is romantic, platonic, familial, anything like acquaintances. That is love. That is relationships. It is the day of celebratory relationships. It is not the day of just romance. Romance. You know what I mean? Um, and that's how you end up meeting a lot of people who it's like they're a decent friend, but once they get into a relationship, it's like they're completely gone. Like they don't talk to you anymore because they're so indulged in this relationship, they don't even care about their other relationships. Like romantic partnerships are not the only type of relationship. You know what I mean? So on Valentine's Day, I just really want to encourage anybody who's watching to celebrate your friends as well. Celebrate yourself. You know what I mean? It's the day of self-love, all types of love. You know what I mean? Valentine's Day is the day of all types of love for me. And I will be celebrating myself on Valentine's Day. I don't give a damn what nobody got to say. I'll be buying myself chocolates, anything that I've been wanting to buy, clothes, shoes, all of that. I will definitely be getting myself. Like, period. And yeah, that's just how I changed my mindset on Valentine's Day and just being single, period. Like, for once in my life, I want to just be single. I don't want to have to worry about communication. I don't want to have to worry about, I don't know, like, talking to somebody all the time, having to put effort and work into a relationship. Like, that's tiring, you know? So, yeah, that's kind of the end of this video. But long story short, I'm going to be single on Valentine's Day. And not only have I made peace with it, I'm actually kind of happy about it. I just get to nurture myself, and that's really all that it's about. I've been putting in a lot of work these past few years, and it's like, you know what, I need to take time out to celebrate myself, and that's what I'm gonna do. So yeah.